After every mass shooting, we hear the same refrain. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their families, but when it comes to real action, we hear this.
There's a time and place for a political debate. I think that we can have those policy conversations, but today is not that day.
Well, students from Parkland, Florida, where a gunman shot and killed 17 students and teachers last month, say that day is Saturday, when they'll lead the March for Our Lives in D.C. to protest gun violence, inspiring sister marches around the world, including right here in Boston. And speaking at the Harvard Kennedy School's Institute of Politics earlier this week, they made it clear they are the real leaders on this issue.
Every place in America needs to come together and stand up for this and make this the voting issue.
It's not about Democrat or Republican. No person should be afraid to walk outside of their house and get shot in Chicago or in Baltimore or in Boston.
Students also called out politicians for being on the wrong side of this issue.
97% of people in this country believe in expansive and universal background checks.
We're here to say, you work for us, you need to represent us, we put you in office, and we will easily take you out.
Some, of course, have pushed back against them, arguing they're too young and uninformed to understand the ins and outs of gun issues. But as one of the student panelists, Emma Gonzalez, famously said, I call BS.
We can't stigmatize anybody with a mental health issue because that is not how we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this by learning to love each other and speaking to each other.
The students weighed in not just on mental health, but on diversity in their fight for gun control, too, sharing what it was like to meet with high school students from Chicago who've been surrounded by gang violence.
We were attacked in the most brutal way for one short day. We could never imagine the stuff that they go through on a daily basis for their entire lives.
The students also called out their Harvard hosts for the makeup of the all-white panel.
And something that we need to face as Americans, that we do have this class and this racial bias that is prevalent in the media and our society.
If you look up on the stage, you'll notice that something's missing.
They're right. And come this weekend, we can all learn a thing or two from these kids.
This Saturday, people are coming together. In their communities, at the school walkouts, people are unifying. And this unity is why our country is the great country it is. There's a very bright future ahead when people from our generation keep on asking questions, we keep on speaking, we keep on leading.
Cameron, David, Emma, Ryan, Alex, and Matt, let's hope that's all true.